We're all on some sort of journey. For many of us, that could be work, school, love, life, emotional journey, spiritual journey, and for a lot of us, it's watches. And some of us have gone the full circle, done the whole trip, and ended up right back at home. And honestly, I think watch collecting kind of works the exact same way. These are delicious, by the way. 1 second, let's get this moved. All right, so I think every serious watch collector goes through different phases, different stages, different obsessions, different ideas of what you value, what you think is important. And that goes for serious watch collectors and even novice collectors. We all go through these stages. For most of us, it starts with something simple. You buy something practical, something that fits your budget, something that looks cool, something that wears well, something that makes you feel good when you wear it. And in all honesty, that's probably the purest form of watch collecting, really. Back in the day, one of the watches that kind of got me and made me feel that way, in 2007, I was walking through a Dillard's department store and I came across this $75 Swatch chronograph. It's a quartz, but I didn't really fully understand much about movements at the point, right? I just thought, like, I know Swatch, I know that name, it's Swiss made. So I figured it's pretty good. This is before I ever even thought about doing any kind of watch collecting. I just wanted something practical that I could wear to work to tell time that looked nice. And for me, this was it. Super lightweight, super comfortable, told time. And if for some reason something happened and I had to go through and replace a battery, all I had to do is get a nickel, literally a nickel, twist off the cover for the battery, pop in a new battery, and I got my watch working again. I didn't understand people value automatic movements or hand-wound movements or spring drives or any of that stuff. It was foreign to me. But then something happens. You start to learn about automatic movements, mechanical movements, and you got a few dollars in your pocket. And we're talking back at, mid-2000s money, right? Late 2010, right around there. And you can afford to cough up the 150 bucks. Yes, $149.99 to buy your first Seiko 5. And a lot of times, that's what these guys went for back in the day, was around $150 to $199. You could get a coupon to get these things. And this is where the rabbit hole begins. This was Alice's journey. Automatic movements, exhibition casebacks, bezels that move, accurate timekeeping, the ability to do what they called the Seiko flick, which means you pick it up in the morning, you give it a little flick a few times, and the second hand starts turning. I mean, this was the pinnacle of what I would say entry-level mechanical watches are, the Seiko 5. Now there's a whole bunch of different watches out there that would fit that category, but for 10, 15 years ago, the Seiko 5 was it. And then suddenly, you're not just wearing a watch anymore. Now you're reading subreddits, and you're going over blog posts, and you're going to websites and looking up certification numbers, and you've discovered something that is sending you down a path. And then you find yourself in conversation with people saying things like, well, actually, this movement is based on, to a person who didn't ask you. And then comes the point where you start chasing refinement. This is where the average collector starts moving into your Tissot, your Hamilton, your Longines, your Tudor. And you start to become a little bit more of what you feel a collector is. This is where the conversation changes. Now you start caring about heritage. You start caring about finishing, movement architecture, bracelet tolerances, Swiss manufacturing methods. You convince yourself you're becoming a real watch expert. You start learning watch references by memory. You know what an ETA movement sounds like, and all of a sudden you have different opinions on varying clasp mechanisms, and every new watch feels like you're leveling up. And then for many collectors, there's the watch. The one that symbolizes something bigger. Maybe it's a Rolex, a Cartier, an IWC, or an Omega. It's the promotion watch. It's the milestone watch. It's the I finally made it watch. And when you finally get it, it feels incredible for a while. And then something weird happens. A lot of you, including myself, will stop looking at watches emotionally and you start looking at them academically. You start caring about things like movement accuracy, COSC certification, titanium grades. You start caring about things like METAS certification. These minutia, these things that you start to worry about, they become important. And before long, you're sitting there comparing watches using a spreadsheet, which is honestly the moment some of us need help. And then one day, something changes. You realize you're not trying to win Reddit. You're not trying to impress everybody at the watch collecting Facebook page that you are a part of. You're not trying to show off how great your watch collection is. You're just a person that loves watches and enjoys wearing them. And then at that point, different things matter, right? Reliability matters. Ease of repair matters. Functionality matters. Comfort matters. And weirdly enough, the watches that start meaning the most to you start looking a lot like the watches that began your journey to begin with. And then after all of the upgrades, after all the luxury, after all the specifications, you realize something. A great watch collector doesn't necessarily end up with the most expensive watch. They end up with perspective. And for a lot of us, that perspective brings us right back here. And it's not because it's the best watch ever made. It's not because it's the most luxurious. It's not because it has the best movement. But because this is the watch that brings it all home. So after all my watch collecting, starting out with something simple like a G-Shock and then moving into a Seiko 5 and then graduating from different types of diver watches to luxury watches to finally getting a Grail watch, ultimately, when all is said and done, I guarantee you, and I have many, many years of watch collecting still under my belt, I believe. I still have 20, 30 years to go, I bet you. I'm hoping. I'm praying. But after all is said and done, I guarantee you I will still end up having a Seiko 5 in my collection. I don't know. It's just something about it. So now I'm curious, where are you in your watch journey? Are you just starting out? Are you deep in the luxury phase? Divers watches? Are you in the spec monster phase and looking for the best titanium and COSC certification? Or have you made full circle and found the watch that you dig forever? And this is the one I dig. But I'm just curious. I'd like to know where you are. What watch is the current watch stage that you're in? Give me the model, give me the name, give me some idea of what's going on in your watch collecting journey. I'd like to know. Throw it down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. All right? Bye.